So I am actually here in Switzerland and I'm recording some videos. I'm not outside this time because it's kind of late and I am taking a relaxed day, a relaxed from relaxing day. This is kind of an odd thing when you go on a trip for a couple of months. You end up sometimes hitting it so hard relaxing that you need to relax from relaxing. So to relax from relaxing, I'm doing some work today, answering some emails, getting some work done to get caught up on some stuff. I've been hitting it pretty hard. But anyway, I got this email from a subscriber, actually a patron subscriber who is entitled to one free video or one video per month where I will personally answer and do a YouTube video because he is in the one video per month tier. I'm not sure how long I'm going to have this up. I'm not sure how long I'll have the Patreon up, but if you are interested, you can check that out here. You can also get access to the Facebook group there. So this is from Cameron. And Cameron says, "Hi John, could you please answer in a video specific steps I can take to increase my pomodoros?" It's actually pomodori. It's Italian word for tomato. So I have attached photos of what I'm currently achieving, but I feel that I could achieve so much more if I really put the effort in, but some days are just harder than others. I work a full-time job and live with my wife. I'm surprised that one Pomodoro per day makes such a big difference. I guess when most people aren't doing anything, one is better than nothing. What do you think is reasonable for me as a goal that will really kick ass and make a change in my life? And know that if I could replicate this, I could really make it big in my life. Thanks, Cameron. So Cameron sent me some pictures, and he sent me some pictures of his calendar with his Trello, basically like how many Pomodoro did he do per day. And he's got, for most days, it's like, 3s, 2s, 1s, not too many zeros in there, like maybe 1 0, but 1s and 2s. I say 1s and 2s primarily, a couple of zeros, a couple of 3s in there. So he wants to know how to do more. So here's the thing, okay? So I want to address a couple of things. First of all, you're right in saying that most people won't do this at all. And so just one Pomodoro a day makes a difference. It's absolutely true, absolutely correct. And that's so true. So what I would encourage you before I give you any kind of other advice is I would say this. I guess probably the light is probably going to be best this way. Anyway, what I would say is this, is whatever you do, don't sabotage your ability to at least get one done per day. So oftentimes, you've heard the phrase, good is the enemy of great. Sometimes great is the enemy of productive. And what I mean by that is it's almost a perfectionist. It's almost, someone starts a workout routine or a diet or a program, and then they push it so hard that they just quit completely, and they end up losing the effectiveness that they would have achieved from the cumulative effect. I think I've done some videos on the cumulative effect. There's a book called, I think it's called The Cumulative Effect, or The Compounding Effect. That's probably what it's called. I want to say Dan Hardy. Is that the one? Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, good book. But my point is this: before we get into how to enhance your productivity, make sure that you don't lose it. Make sure that whatever you do, that you realize that, like you said, like you were on to a very key piece of wisdom when you said that one Pomodoro per day makes a huge difference, and most people don't even do that, because that's true. Because if you just spend 30 minutes a day, working on a side project, working on improving yourself, your career, you're going to be ahead of 99% of people. You just keep on progressing. Even if you're doing a little each day, that adds up over time, and it's going to make a huge difference. Yes, I do a lot. Yes, I'm very productive for the most part, but like take these YouTube videos, right? These YouTube videos, it's maybe I'm doing like 2 a day, right? Maybe 2 or 3 a day. It's like, 15, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes a day, right? But now I have a YouTube channel with 110,000 subscribers, and it makes a couple grand a month just on video revenue, right? On advertising revenue. Now, of course, I pay that on advertising, or on editing and whatnot, or more than that. But my point is that just a little bit over time can make a huge difference. Now, let's talk about how to up your productivity on the Pomodoro and what would be a good goal for you. So I think for someone working full-time who wants to really boost their career, make kick-ass changes in their life, what you want to aim for is outside of your work, probably about 4 Pomodoro worth per day of work. That's about 2 hours worth of effort per day. If you can accomplish that, I think that you're going to make leaps and bounds worth of effort. I think you can hit terminal velocity in about 2 years at that pace. Now, it's different for everybody. It depends on what you're doing, what your goals are, but whether it's enhancing your career, starting a side business, writing a book, whatever it is, even getting in shape, and on the fitness side, that amount of time, about 2 hours per day, is where I see you getting the biggest bang for your buck and probably not burning out, right? Now, with that said, here's what I would suggest that you do. Okay, first of all, you need to have a plan, right? If you don't have a plan, you're not going to succeed. Every time I fail in life, every time I end up feeling guilty, it's because I didn't have a plan. When I have a plan, everything works out really well. When I don't have a plan, my judgment, it sucks, I suck, I fuck up. Okay, so you gotta have a plan. So you gotta plan out where you're gonna spend those 2 hours every day. How are you gonna get the 4 Pomodoro done every day, and what are you gonna work on? Okay, so come up with your plan, and start off and think about this and say, okay, am I going to spend, can I do 2 Pomodoro in the morning and 2 Pomodoro when I come home from work? That'd be a great plan, right? Or can I do 4 Pomodoro starting at 8 o'clock at night until 10 o'clock at night? That's my Pomodoro time every day, right? Just come up with a weekly plan that you're going to follow, that you can be consistent in doing your Pomodoros, especially when you're trying to hit, something like 4 per day, 3 or 4 per day. That's enough that you can kind of plan that time out. If you're trying to hit more than that, like 6 or 8 or so, it's a little bit more difficult to plan the time out specifically, right? Especially if you're doing that as a full-time thing. So that's number 1. Number 2, I would say, is at your work, okay? Figure out a quota there, right? So the Pomodoro that you are working on per day, you're doing 1 or 2 or 3 per day, is your side project or at home after work. But figure out how you can do this for work as well. Again, you're not going to be able to necessarily do 10 Pomodoro per day at work, although you might be able to. But try to set a quota there too. Say start with 4 and try to move it up to 6, and just get into that habit. And the reason to do that is to make it so you're just in the habit of every time that you work focused and concentrate on that one thing and that one task. And that's just going to make you more effective overall. And if you're having to work overtime right now, or you're working extra time, it's going to make it so you don't have to do that. Because you know what? It's much better to put in a 6-hour day of solid work than a 10-hour day of interrupted work. And so once you get into that habit of being focused and working continuously focused on a task, which is what the Pomodoro Technique helps you do, that's going to help you to do that. So I've got a tip for you also. If you haven't watched my video, I know that you probably have, asking me this question, but for those of you that are listening to this video, you haven't watched my video, you can check out the video on how I plan my week. And in that video, I talk about you can see exactly how I do this with the Pomodoro Technique. Also, you might want to check out my book. Probably I'm going to recommend the Soft Skills Software Developers Career or Life Manual, but you can also check out the Complete Software Developer's Career Guide. Just go to Amazon and look for those, and I give you those productivity techniques in there. All right, so that's it. That's all I got for you, Cameron. Again, I would just say, good job. This is great, and you're right. If you just do 1 per day, you'll do much better than 99% of the population. But if you want to really kick ass and really boost your career, I would aim for 3 to 4 per day. I think that's about a sustainable level. It's going to be hard to do that on top of a full-time job, but make sure that you are practicing this and planning. If you plan it ahead of time, that's going to be the key thing that's going to help you to be able to do more. All right, if you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what you're thinking. But click the subscribe button, click the bell so you don't miss any videos. I've got some pretty cool videos coming up as I'm going to be traveling through Italy, traveling all over, and doing some videos on some pretty cool locations. So make sure you click the bell. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.